there just seems to be a lot in the ground, so I have gone for, so all the targets were all and make the same sound as that actually, and I can get under the house. I'm going to say that's silver right off the bat. G'day folks, I'm the Coffee Bush Kid. Beware of cheap imitations. I've hit a good patch at the present time. I'm on another permission. Now, what can I say about this one? I'm going to call this one the Sizzle permission. Hopefully it's going to turn out really hot. But yeah, there's an old house here. There are many old oak trees. See behind me here, there's an old quince. So it's a nice sized property. So, yeah, I'm really excited. So thank you to the couple that have let me come on here. Very much appreciated. But yeah, we're gonna have ourselves a good time. We're gonna be poking around in gardens and pathways, and I can get under the house. Do love me getting under a house. I have on occasions found some fairly good things. Anyway, I won't find any of those unless I stop talking. So, enough yabba from me. Let's get out there. I just did the intro there. I turned the detector on there. I'm up over these stones. I've dug there. And I've already got those. Now these are reed plates out of some bellowed instrument, whether it be a accordion of some ilk or a constant screamer, or I really don't know. I should learn them. But anyway, that's what we've got. So they're made out of brass, a little bit of steel in them. So yeah, and straight out of there. So that's, first 2 minutes, bang, there we are. The hardest thing was actually deciding what setting I'm going to use. I did start off in field, but there just seems to be a lot in the ground. So I have gone for park mode. I'm doing ferrous. And if we look into there, I've got, usually if I'm in park, I'll have my recovery speed up fairly high, but actually I might even drop it down to 6. There we go. So that's what I'm working on. And that's about all I need to do there. So yeah, having fun. I'm around the house, so I expect it to be a bit more trashy than a bit further away. I'm going to play near sheds, near the front door, try and figure out where the clothesline was. But yeah, 2 little reed plates straight off the bat. Non-ferrous targets, all good. Let's keep going. Just over there, in fact, all along from there, along here, I've had reed plates. So the whole instrument must have met its death somewhere there. But I got a 21, 22 signal, and out of the ground we got that. Look at that. It's a little pulley, or it might have had a rubber tyre on it, but I think that's more a pulley. I told you the story before about how my grandfather got one of these going for me when I found one as a little kid. So I suppose they actually have a very special spot in my heart. I do like a good pulley. Nothing wrong with one of those. And that's a cracker. Yep. Nothing wrong with that one. So yeah, just out of that hole there. I've got to be fairly careful with refilling my holes here. You know, you've got to be responsible anyway, but I think the place might be going up for sale. So, yeah, that's how you should leave your holes, and we'll keep going. Oh, just down there, there's a whole lot of iron and stuff, but we managed to pull that out. Now, if anyone knows what it is, feel free to comment, because I don't. It's had wood in there. We can see it's been pinned. You can see there by the beautiful parallel knurling that it looks like it's meant to have turned. We've got a slot for putting something in, and there's irony bits there. Interesting little piece. Don't know what it is, but yeah, nice bit of brass work. So, non-ferrous in amongst all the ferrous there. That's a win. And we'll keep going. These are the good fun sites. Look at this. Brass doorknob. Still with the steel bit of, I can't even remember, connecting rod, if you like, that would have connected it to the other door handle. So yeah, it's in fairly good nick too. So yeah, you just never know what's going to find. But we've just found all brassy stuff, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's lots of good stuff that can come out being made of brass. Interesting little mysteries, stuff that you just go, yep, that's a knob. You got to laugh when you have a knob in your hand, don't you? Anyway, we'll keep going. Just out of there, we got that. It was a 2122. And as we look, you can go, oh, that's a cool little hinge, isn't it? Do you know what? It's more than just a cool little hinge. Yep, there it is, there. Oops, I've just given it all away then with the fumbling. I've not seen a hinge like that before. Look at that, there are 4 leaves to that hinge. And you can see how little it is. It's only as wide as my, well, it's not even as wide as my thumb. A little 4-leafed hinge. Now, I told you about the mystery items, isn't it? If anyone knows what that may have been used for, would definitely like to know. But the intricacy in the making of this little hinge is quite amazing. I reckon that's a bloody ripper. Yeah. What did they use it for, you know? There's nothing much to be attached to it. You can't, paper would be about the only sort of thing, whether, I don't know, I'd be guessing. But that's as cool as all get. I've never seen a hinge like that, or as small. Yeah, that's a pretty cool find. Very happy with that one. Bit closer to the house. Yep, got me the other end of the door handle, knobs and so forth. So yeah, plenty of stuff in the ground to be found. That wasn't that deep. Most of it because of these rocks here. The stuff's not deep. Though there is some very deep iron. You get down to it, you start tapping it, and the acupoint starts. Yeah, just cover it up and keep going. I don't need to dig it out. I don't need to wreck the place. Anyway, that's a cool find nonetheless, and we will keep going. Well, just over there, I got this. And you go, oh, that's an old brass shotty shell. Then you look at the end and you go, no, there's no percussion cap there. But I was right at the start. So, Kynoch, however you pronounce it, I don't know. Number 12 patent, so that'll be a 12 gauge. But you'll see there's no percussion cap. I've only ever heard about these. I've never seen one. They were a side pin job. I don't know how they worked. I've never seen the gun that would have fired them. But I do believe that that is the pin that fired off the charge inside, and that's how they were. And I suppose this is going to have to be a good example of one. So yeah, a bit of a rare beast. Whoops. And yeah, goldfield stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's my first one that I've ever found. That's very neat. Like that. Anyway, we'll keep going. Oh, I've just got me another hinge. And it's another one like that. And I've just come to a theory. I've saved you from filming every single reed plate that I've got. So if there's been, I don't know, I must have over a dozen now, but we've got two of these little hinges. I just wonder whether they are something to do with the bellowed instrument that the reed plates have come from. I think that's a fair enough theory, because it's just all in this nice little area that I'm getting all of these sorts of things from. So I reckon that's a fair call. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll keep going. Yeah. Well, there's where I got the hinge from. I've got a piece of steel, deep steel that was there. I've come down to here and I got I think it was a 30-31 signal. And I thought, oh yeah, you know, it's going to be another reed plate again. You know, I've been saving you from them. I've dug down, I've turned the clod over, and I've been met with that. Now, I've not touched it. I've taken a photo of it. I'm going to say that's silver right off the bat. So, oh, that's, as he sits down. So there's that. There's our pin. So that's a beautiful brooch. That's a glorious brooch. Oh, that's just bloody amazing. Now, was that on the washing line that, you know, the house isn't that far away from me? That's a beautiful piece of filigree silver. Now, I think I will get the squirty out. Hello, Alan and Rob. And I will clean that up. That is just beautiful. Oh, it's not often you get something so pretty as that come out of the ground, and that's just beautiful work. Oh, bloody hell. All right, we'll clean it up and we'll see what we've actually got. This is bloody amazing. Right, we are back. Now this is the back of it. There are no hallmarks, but that's just going to be silver all day long. Look at the workmanship in it. This is the back. I think this is a thing of beauty. So I'm going to say it's Goldfields made. Some silversmith is just magnificent in their trade. There we go. It's all been swirled, you know, the scrolly bits have all been made up, they've all been twirled and just laid in. That is just exquisite. Now, point you out a couple of things if it bloody stays there nicely. See this big mark here? I am pretty much going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say it's Goldfields made because there's no sterling marked on it. But I reckon there would have been a nugget attached to that. And sometimes I've heard the story of when times get a little bit tough, you know, men have made their women folk nice jewellery. But when times have been tough, the women have taken the nuggets off the jewellery and sold them for, you know, whatever they needed. Or it got lost, one or the other. But it does not take away from the fact that that is a beautifully exquisite piece of jewellery. You know, the back is nearly as good as the front. That's just the sign of a magnificent tradesman, artisan, in fact. Yeah, that's glorious. Yep, that's amazing. All right, I've gone on about it too long now, probably, but it deserves it. That's just beautiful. Anyway, we'll see what else we can find. Oh, hey. Well, you're not going to believe this. That's where we got our bit of jewellery. I swung over, as you do. There's more signals there. And there was a low 18. I thought, oh, don't tell me there's a ring there. Oh, actually. No, there's not. I pulled another reed plate out of there, so that was there as well. But there was still this other signal. And it's right there. Now, I was wrong about the nugget, but I told you an interesting story. What was attached is that thing. I have turned it over. I know what it is. But it was just a look and a put back down. Oh. And I have seen stuff like this. I have got a collar badge that's been silvered and filigreed all over it. So you ready? There we go. AIF. How bloody amazing is that? Now, I will get some more, I'll get some water and I'll clean that up. So that can date it. So, you know, 1919 probably at the latest. Oh, that's just awesome. Hang on a tick. So, there it is. Australian Commonwealth Military Forces, the AIF. Now, how good does that look? Maybe, maybe it looks better the other way around. Yeah, I think that was the way it was. Hey, how cool's that? I love that. That's just brilliant. Yeah, I've got a silvered collar badge that's got all the filigree around the outside of it as well. I had that when I was a little kid. I was given that. But that's just awesome. Great piece of history right there. This, it's not for the gold and, or, you know, the big silver and everything like that. This is the beautiful piece of history that we find metal detecting. This is why we do it. I can research this now and try and find out stuff about it. But these are the glorious, simple pieces of humanity that we find metal detecting. And it really doesn't get much better than this. Oh, I'm wrapped with this, as you can probably tell. Solid 26 gave us that. You can see there's a nail, so that would have gone into something, on the end of something wooden. But yeah, a little ferrule for some reason. And Yeah, those ends look interesting. Were they to hold something? Who knows? Anyway, cool little find. Thought you should see that. We'll keep going. Well, I have been around the front of the house. I've been under the house. Not much. But in this area, down there's where I got the brooch. And up into here. Yeah, this is just alive with signals. Cool little finds. Much like this one, where if you want your non-twist elastic, you can buy 4 yards and 1/4 of an inch at your Coles store. Yeah, that's something I just thought everyone needed to know. Nothing worse than twist elastic. You got to get the non-twist stuff. That's the better. Well, you remember how I found that love heart-shaped bit of silver with the acorn? Ho, 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 ho. A few episodes ago. Look at this. There we go. The big love heart sprinkler. What a bloody ripper. Huh? Gee, you need some water pressure to turn that, wouldn't you? Oh, that's cool. It's heavy too. There we go. There's a better shot of it. Yep. You love watering with that. Well, I was just doing the dirt floor of a shed here. And I came up with this, and it was actually quite deep. This is half a belt buckle. We turn it over, we can see the 2 points where there would have been a bar to connect the whatever the belt material was, and a clip. It's a shame I couldn't find the other piece, but is so often the case with belt buckles. But that's still a nice one. It's fairly sturdy. So yeah, cool little find out of the floor of a shed. I did put my recovery speed up to 10 when I went in there, so all the targets were all and make the same sound as that actually. But of course, once I've come out of the shed, I've reduced my recovery speed again to cope with all the ground that I've got to cover. But that is still a nice little find. Alrighty folks, that's us done for the day. Said there might be part 2. We've only just done around the house. So I've got a whole lot of area left to do, but that will be for another day. It is starting to warm up. At least this part will be a little bit more shaded. Yeah, shaded. So that should be all right. Finds for the day. The star find has to be the brooch. That is just magnificent. I went on and on about it. I shouldn't go on too much more about it now, but it was exquisite. The amount of reed plates that we got and those hinges, I think they were all together. So we'll say that was some sort of bellowed instrument that met its death. Some would say not a bad thing. You know, what's the old saying? What's perfect pitch for a piano accordion? 40 foot into a toilet without touching the sides. What else? We didn't really get much out. No coins. Got that bit of belt buckle as well, which was quite nice. Thank you very much to the couple that allowed me to come on here. That was great. What else can I tell you? I think that's pretty much it. We drop one of these videos every Saturday night at 6:30 our time. Come on over and like, share, subscribe. Do that hypey thing that I can't find a button for on my phone. What else was I supposed to tell you? Thank you very much to the members who have joined. We do have memberships. If you'd like to participate in those, it helps support the channel. That's right. If you want to have a look at our merch store, you can also, links will be in the description below, but you can also go to thecoffeebushkid.com.au, and you'll be able to walk through there and have yourself a really good look. And at about that, keep in mind, always good to fill in some of your day detecting, but remember to fill in all your holes when you're finished. I'll catch you next time.